So what I'd like to do is demonstrate how these things work, because they can be a little frustrating. But you'll see they have two positions. They have this position right here, which is the open position. You can remove it, and then you see when we push this in, these little flanges here mushroom out, and that pinches it into the sheet metal. So when you're trying to remove these, you'll find them in this position. This is how you're going to find it in your Subaru. Then what you want to do is take a little screwdriver, right? And you wedge the screwdriver between the body and the actual snap. You give it a little twist and it pops it down like that. So then it's open, it's ready to pull out, okay? So here's an example of when you put it back in. Here's a pretend piece of a Subaru. So you would take this in the open position like that, and you put it through there, put it in, okay? And so you can see we have it like this, right? And then when you snap this bottom in, that pinches it in place. You can see how these have flanged out. So if you're trying to yank this off your car to get your valance off, and you're getting your screwdriver in here between the sheet metal and the top of this, it's not going to come out because you haven't released these flanges here. It's not until you actually get the screwdriver in between the two pieces like that and actually pop that down. Alright, so once you break into your fender here, you can reach inside and you'll find a little plastic disc. Now I always mark the disc so I know which end is up. This is the disc, and got to get in there and get it loose. It's lefty loosey, righty tighty. We're taking it off. That means you're going to turn to the left, counterclockwise. So here I've pulled it out and I've got the disc. Now you can see where I've marked it with the Sharpie. So when I put it back in, I'll know which end is up because I marked the up end with the Sharpie. You'll also see it's marked open and close, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Once it's exposed, you're going to see your light bulb with the fitting on the end of it that attaches into the electrical system, and that is marked right here. All you have to do is give this a gentle little wiggle, and I mean gentle, and you're going to pop that off the back of the light bulb. After you've wiggled it off, you can go ahead and let it sit. The wire should hold it in place. At this point, you're going to want to unhook the wire lever that holds the light bulb in place. The wire lever here is shown open. I've unhooked it from the little hinge with a little latch, and it is hinged open. Now let's get a little more detailed about this. Okay, so this is probably the most frustrating part of changing light bulb, is figuring out how to get this off the light bulb. What I've done is I've made a little model here. Okay, this you have to use your imagination, but pretend this is a crappy Subaru light bulb here, right? So that plugs into the lighter. This is how you find it. Okay, here's the little thing that covers it. Okay, so now I've tried to duplicate how this looks here, and you can see the way this is cut is there's a little notch that comes out that this wire finds its way into. So it sits there kind of like this. Use your imagination again. Now when you reach in, you're going to put your finger on this part here. You're going to press down on that. You're going to clear that notch. Okay, you're going to clear that notch, and then this is going to come back like that. See how it kind of comes free there? And then I'll do it once more. I hope this is helping, but you take your finger and you find this little loop right here. You can see that in the photo. That's that little loop. So reach your finger in underneath there, push down on this, and when you push down on it, you'll see that it kind of it comes loose from that notch right there, and then it'll sort of it'll spring back like that. So what I recommend is the first time that you're actually doing this, when you're removing it, is take your finger and find this inside your car, reach this inside, and just kind of practice taking it in and out of the notch like that. Okay, don't force it, don't jam it, just go in there and practice getting that in and out of the notch with the light bulb in there. Okay, because then after you take this out and the light bulb comes out, and you can even practice it then with the light bulb not in there, you know, just practice putting it in there in the little notch. Again, you can see right there how it's hooked in. Okay, kind of goes like that. That's how that little thing works. It's very confusing if you don't have really an idea of how it works. Okay, and then put your light bulb in like that. And then when you bring this back down, you have to, you'll bang around on here for a while and you won't be able to find it. But what you want to do is you want to clear the side there, drop it down, put a little bit of pressure on it, and hook it in there. You can even build one of these models for yourself, but I don't think you really need to. So, you know, the only difference between a real Subaru light bulb and this Subaru light bulb is this wooden one here is a little higher quality and will last much longer time. So anyhow, hope that helps. All right, so at this point it's time to get the light bulb out. Make sure you're wearing rubber gloves from this point on. You don't want to get any grease on the new light bulb. When you pull it out, notice there's a little flange on the side, a little tab. Try and remember where that direction that tab was facing when you pulled it out. Get your new light bulb, take it, match it up, make sure it's the right one, compare it with the old one, and then it's time to install it. So this is what you're going to see when you look inside. Right here is where you want that little tab to end up. You see the tab has not ended up there. I've got it in the wrong place. I've got it at basically 180 degrees the wrong place. I want to readjust it. So I readjusted it. When I readjusted it, it again ended up in the wrong place. Now you could take photos like this with your own phone, like I did, to make sure, like here, it gets in the right place. Once it's in the right place, you put your clip back over it, secure it, then you put your fitting back on the electrical end of it. Make sure you do it correctly. My friend, he didn't. Light bulb went in crooked, car caught fire, the bill came due, $425. So make sure you got it snapped in the right place. Test it before you put your cover cap back on. Here we go. Looking good. Alright, time to put the cap back in. Good thing we made the mark. We know which way is up. These four little prongs here need to fit exactly in to the fixture. Right here you can see where those four prongs fit in. There's four of them, four prongs, and there's four little indentations. So make sure they're all lined up when you put them in. Slip the part back in, facing up. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and since we're tightening, we're going to twist this thing to the right, and that means clockwise. Now, it may take a little bit to get it in there seated correctly. See here, I had to pull it out and readjust it. There we go, got it in the right spot now. So here it is, back in place. You can see that I've locked it into place, righty-tighty, and it is good to go. Make sure that this is not loose. Now, after that, you can pull your little clips back out of your bucket. We had a little tutorial earlier on how to do this. You just fit them back into place, snap them in, and you're going to be good to go. Now, last thing after you're done, look around, make sure there's no extra parts. After you're sure of that, you go inside, you grab the phone, give Subaru service a call, and you ask them, hey, how much to change a light bulb? And when they tell you $129, you say, you know what? I just changed it myself. So